On the side of it.
Hey guys, daskro here. I'm here with Danimal from Global Conflict. We're going to do a shoutcast of the Global Conflict 30 vs 32 weekly match. This is a new set of armies. It's, what are the names? It's Legion of Doom versus Kitten Adventure Rainbow Time. And so they're playing, this is preseason week 2. They're playing on Kaiser Railroad. Danimal, how's it going?
I'm doing quite good, thank you.
Now, Danimal is actually a perspective here, and so actually we're looking at Loa right now, Loa going for the TV guide. He ends up getting the kill right at the start. Expandus, Call Up Man, and Norin all go down. A nice triple kill. Danimal, you're actually the one who is flying the chopper. What's that all about?
Yeah, me and Loa have been flying the chopper for a couple of armies in a row now, and
and
I think
Loa
we do
gets
quite
another
well.
helicopter kill, takes out both helicopters within the first minute of the game. That is incredible. This just looks too easy. What's the deal?
Yeah, like I said, me and Loa have been playing together for a while, so we play together quite well, and he's just the best TV guided man I know, and therefore he hits all of them. So it's pretty useful.
It's pretty incredible, and it looks like that you Danimal, and Loa are just kind of strafing tanks back and forth. Now, take in mind, guys, this is not the only perspectives we have. We also have Joker. Joker's here. He's sort of fighting it out. We also have Mad Geyser, but his perspective isn't up yet. So let's go right back to Loa.
We just flew into a water tower. This is one of the first times we ever played this map, period, and also the first time we've played this competitively, or in GC. So it's a bit of a learning process for me and Loa as well, and that's clearly demonstrated by the fact that we just flew into a water tower. But you know, stuff happens. We'll roll with it.
Now you guys are both in the motorcycle right now. We also have the jet pilot, or the helicopter duo cam, which is 2 cams. As you can see here, Loa tries to kick one but goes down. It's just you left, Danimal. Going to your perspective. Taking an F, takes out Expandus. Not too bad. What are you rocking there? Just the M4A1?
Yeah, I just go with the M4A1. Usually I don't really go with the standard guns. I like the HW, but I haven't played in a while, so I figured I'd fall back on the standard one.
That's right. And we also have Mad Geyser. His perspective is finally up. He's on Delta Point. Now, Mad Geyser is playing for Kitten Adventure Rainbow Time, not for Legion of Doom. He's on Delta, taking it back. Delta's really important because it gets the drop ship, which gets the...
That's correct.
And how big of a deal was the drop ship in your strategy, guy?
Well, our strategy was quite simple. It's hold our 2 back flags, and then, or our 3 back flags rather, and get Delta. So Delta is already important because it's the closest flag to your base that is not your back flag. And on top of that, it gives obviously the dropship, which is great because it gives a free LEV. You can drop an LEV out of the dropship, so that just gives you an armor advantage over the enemy, which obviously is what we're going for here. So definitely D is one of the points we're constantly trying to fight over this game.
Going to the Helo cam, Loa goes for that TV guide missile, but misses, but now getting some shots off. Now, what's your loadout you're running right now, Danimal, on your helicopter?
I use guided rockets, which makes your rocket pods semi-heat-seeking and make them kill tanks much easier. AA missiles, because there's no other option, sadly.
Oh, but you guys go down.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Bit of an overextension. Like I said, we're getting used to this map. We're not used to those AA jeeps yet, and
those Azreds and Vodniks going to Mad Geyser. Mad Geyser fighting out on Delta. So right now the score is RU 447. Oh, Mad Geyser gets TK'd. That's not good. Let's go back to Danimal on here. As I was saying, RU 440, US 43, US side, which is Legion of Doom, is up by 40 tickets. You're just not. No one's having any luck. You go down as well, Danimal, on the Jeep. That's
it's a bit of an awkward strategy. When our chopper goes down, we like to make use of our time, so we usually grab a bike and go C4 biking. Doesn't always work, as you see, but it's good fun regardless, so not complaining.
Yeah, it looks like Mad Geyser taking Foxtrot, sees that his chopper is up. It looks like your guys are up as well, going to the Helo cam. Oh, Loa almost gets the TV guide shot on it, but no.
Just out of range, sadly.
That happens. Now, let me ask you this. What is the respawn time on the helicopter for this map?
It's about a minute. So, yeah. we're still not really used to this map, like I said, so I'm not entirely sure, but a minute is generally
going to
way
Loa.
for.
Loa ends up getting that TV kill, taking out the enemy attack helicopter, while Danimal goes for the retreat to reposition. Way to go. What's
Yeah, a big part of what I do as the pilot is making sure that Loa gets the shoot, basically. And so you'll basically constantly see me just calling out targets for Loa and trying to dodge everything that's coming at us while Loa destroys their entire team. And that's pretty much how we roll.
That's right. Loa goes for the disable, and the tank takes it out. But you take a hit. Oh no! Are you going to crash? Oh, you crashed it.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Again,
Was that another AA Jeep taking you out?
Yeah, or stingers. It's just we overextend a couple of times on this map, and it's because me and Lo are very aggressive players, and sometimes that pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. But at least it keeps things interesting.
Now, for those that are unfamiliar with global conflict, there are a number of server rules in this tournament that are a bit different from other competitive play. One of which is no base raping of air assets with other air assets. How much of that is into your equation of how aggressive you can be?
Well, obviously we're not going to hover over their base. That's the main thought behind that rule, is to give the other team a chance to get out of their base. So you'll see us not hunt their base, basically. Whenever their chopper goes down, we use that time as effectively as possible to try and kill tanks and infantry on important flags, and then we'll retreat and get ready to fight their chopper again.
I mean, in that respect, it's almost as if that in this, it's not as unforgiving if you do lose a chopper battle, because you're not going to be camped all the way down. And going to the Helo dual cam, actually, Mad Geyser got a really good hit going back to Mad Geyser.
He barely messed up with the TV.
And he's fighting it out on Foxtrot again, defending it and getting a lot of kills. Robo Willis.
We just saw Loa once again take out their chopper with the TV missile.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
We're trying to take out their scout chopper right now. Scout heli is not as important most of the game, except for at the start of the game, which is why you saw Loa try and TV it straight away. It's because we try and stop them from getting towards center flag, off the break. And TVing their scout heli off the bat usually delays them quite a bit. It's really useful for us.
Going to Kitten, Adventure Rainbow times Mad Geyser, still on Foxtrot, holding it down. Score right now, RU 316, US side 447, up by over 130 tickets. Legion of Doom is doing pretty well for themselves, but are you guys on fire?
Yeah, we're once again getting hunted a bit by their stingers and lock-ons.
We got javelin.
We do get jabbed. Yep, javelins are the worst.
Now, is that because the sheer volume of javelins meant that even if you get a successful countermeasure, it's still not going to work?
Javelins are really hard to dodge. The only effective way is to simply get something in between you and the javelin.
I see.
Other countermeasures are hit and miss, so it's hard to dodge those in the best way, so just not get them fired at you, so to get out in time. We fail to do that, so we get punished for it.
I see. Now, Mad Geyser has switched his job. He is now repairing a tank, but he's taking a bunch of damage from something. I can't tell what.
It looks like
Joker is one of those guys fighting against him, going to Joker cam. He's just putting a lot of bullets down on that position. Gets another kill.
Yeah, great play.
Kills out call out, man. Mad Geyser
it looks like
down,
a bit of a fight over our back flags, and you might see me and Loa head there to try and help out, considering that's it's closer to our flag, but initial priority is always to try and take out their air force, because they're the ones that are most threatening to us, so we need to take care of those
Loa
first.
almost gets the light helo kill, but looks like Danimal is flying real low, real fast. You're gonna sort of arc your nose to give him a shot. Is that about right?
Well, with unskilled, if you will, chopper TV pilots, you want to point him right at the chopper, but with Loa, what I do is I point him away from the enemy chopper so that he can fire the missile without them really seeing it coming.
Got it.
And then he'll curve the missile up towards them and try and catch them off guard so that they won't.
And here comes the next one. A long distance shot. It may be not enough. No, it's not enough. Now I notice that every so often, Danimal, you're going into your menu screen. What's that about?
Well, since there's no 3D spotting on GC, it's really hard for us to sometimes locate their chopper as well as their tanks. So I just every once in a while tap escape to bring up the big map and look for where all their assets are, so I can
Is it
line them
simply
up.
easier than pushing the M button and then sort of doing the different zooms
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I could do that with like M&M buttons, but escape is like right where my hand is anyway, so I just kind of tap it, and it's no big deal. So it helps quite a bit.
Going to the quad cam, Loa again going for that shot, but is he going to have the distance? He does! Ends up getting the attack helo kill, taking them out.
And again, you can see Loa coming in from below to try and surprise me. You can see they didn't really try to dodge it because they didn't even know it was coming.
Going for free reign here. And here comes the next one. Bam! Gets a vehicle disable. Let's go right to Loa and see what he's doing. You know, a lot of landmines. A lot of landmines. How much do each team emphasize landmines? Like when you went in for the prep on this, what was everyone saying about landmines?
Well, mines are used very much so as a zoning tool and delaying tool. If we put mines up in front of a flag, we don't expect to get kills. We don't expect their tanks to be silly enough to drive over them, but we do expect to delay their tanks by quite a bit.
Oh no! Taking some damage and then goes down. But Danimal, you survived this. Going to Danimal's POV, taking Foxtrot, but look at all the bad guys. Oh,
there's a lot of bad guys. Yes.
And it looks like the Mad Geyser was the one who got you. Ooh, Mad Geyser going for that. We're gonna have to take a look at that. Mad Geyser sees another guy, kills Disco Soup. Wow,
you can see Disco dropping out of the dropship there.
Oh, very cool.
Which is kind of also why we want that dropship, so we can harass their back flags very effectively. And you can also see me and Loa jumping out of it, attempting to C4 some of their assets as well.
Yes. Yeah, I see you push up into, was that golf? Oh, Loa actually make it a successful explosion here. Did he get anything?
Only gets himself.
No, only got himself. Not going to be enough.
Worth a try.
Not going to be enough. Let's go back to the quad cam. We have let's go to Mad Geyser. He's the only one that's up right now. Now it looks like that Legion that Kitten Adventure Rainbow Time is in a bit of a bind right now. While they are capping Gulf, or at least trying to, they've consistently only had 3 of the 7 points, which is not going to be enough. And it shows in the score. Score right now is what? It's 380 to 184, something like that. Let's go to the Helo cam. Loa going for another shot. Is he going to get the Helo shot at the end? He ends up taking out the attack Helo while it's running away. Ends up leading it just right. And then here comes the wipe.
Pretty crazy. And then because, like I said, we have this time, we know their chopper's not going to hunt us. We're going to try and clear out some of these back flag issues that we're working with. But they're being very good with their lock-ons, so we need to get out and avoid those locks so that we don't get fired at without any countermeasures.
That's right. Going to Joker on Echo, ends up going down, but then gets back up. Just defending it, waiting it out, going to the Helo cam.
Yeah, and as you can see the effect of the dropship here on a map like this is that the flags are much less static than on other maps. As you can see us having their back flags, them having our back flags, and that's the result of the dropship is that we're able to get to places that we usually wouldn't be able to get to, and that's why it creates kind of a chaotic match. But that's it's also fairly interesting.
Yes. Let's go to Let's go to the quad. In the quad here, we have Loa and Danimal still fighting it out. Loa barely misses the attack healer, just barely.
Yeah, and you can hear me say we're engaging the TV war, which also signals there's another chopper in our channel, another chopper crew, which is the Little Bird.
Yes.
And they're going to try and help us out, distract their chopper or what have you, and make it easier for us to take it out.
So right now, score is 129 to 370. Oh, that's a 250 ticket difference. Legion of Doom with the 5 cap going for the 6 cap, going to the quad. I mean, it really shows that you know, because you guys are able to keep their helos down so much, it really limits their ability to attack. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
Is that
and also just the fact that we held Delta for so long gives them an armor advantage and the mobility advantage of dropping on their back flags, and it just keeps them on the defensive and allows us to hunt them instead of get hunted, and that's kind of why we're able to do so well.
Yeah, that armor advantage is big. Going to the Helo cam, Loa gets a few kills on the with its autocannon.
We noticed an infantry push. I just let him long range it with guided with zoom optics. You actually become a fairly decent long range.
Oh no!
Yep, a bit of a pull.
But you're able to recover. But you're
fine.
a support guy. All right, let's keep on going.
Bit of a mistake.
It's gonna keep on going. Going to Joker. Joker is still fighting it out. 362 to 78.
Get to their flags. Yeah. It's a map that has decent cover in between flags, but not a whole lot. It's a lot of just open range, foresty area.
Did you guys get TV'd?
And we just got TV'd.
Oh no!
Time. Yeah. It's always
is this going to be the turn of the tides for Legion of Doom?
I don't know. It might be.
It might be. Oh no! Mad Geyser pushing onto Delta, rocking the G53. Now, here's the thing, guys, about global conflict. Among other things that are different about this server setting is the fact that the damage is different. People start with 80% health and only 80% health. It makes a whole lot of guns that perhaps weren't nearly as viable with standard or vanilla settings a whole lot different, a whole lot more viable.
Yeah, a good example of that is the G3, which is not used as much in ordinary play, but on G3 it's actually fairly good because of the high damage it does. You're fairly likely to kill someone in a faster time than maybe an M16 would, which is pretty impressive.
Indeed, indeed, and that's what kind of makes it global conflict a bit different. Is that it has sort of one step closer to hardcore settings. But
we call it GC core.
GC core.
Now, it's like a mix between hardcore and normal play to keep everyone happy.
That's right. Now, 3D spotting is it off or on? It looks like
Turned off.
It's off right now. Now, does that make it more difficult for the air crew?
Quite a bit actually. Yeah. We rely a lot on seeing their tracers. If we see a fight going on between tanks, it's obviously quite easy to see their tracers.
Oh no! Did you guys get Havoc again? I think you guys did.
Yes, so it might have been the turning point after all.
It is. Now but here's the thing though: is that even though that you guys are getting killed, 9 tickets remaining. It may not be enough, and to this day, it looks as if that they're all holding this just fine. We're gonna go to the end of the round here very soon. 332 to 4, with Legion of Doom having 5 tickets, and that's the end of the round, guys.
Yep.
End of the round. With all that being said, let's go into some post-analysis for this round. All right, guys, that's the first round of Global Conflict's Legion of Doom versus Kitten Adventure Rainbow time. Legion of Doom wins by 334 tickets on Conquest Large on this map, Kaiser Railroad, right here. Bam. So, Danimal, what happened on U.S. side? You guys just were able to dominate in the air for the first, at least for the first 2/3 of the first round. What was the deal there?
Well, like I said, me and Lo have been flying together for a while, so we work together very well. Though we were able to take care of their air force fairly well. Also, I think our ground played very well as a result of the fact that we have 1 extra armor piece and that we can do drops on their back flags. Our ground force was playing very aggressively, and they were utilizing that very well. And therefore, we kept them on the back foot. And
I noticed that you, as the air crew, were really hiding sort of at the U.S. base, launching missiles onto theirs to get a hit or two. And then once you did you guys have like a pre-planned route that you guys take? Like, it almost felt like that you guys would sort of swoop on a Bravo and then do a UE and then go back around Charlie and then go back and you'd do maybe 2 passes and then you'd start using the TV again against the enemy Helo because it'd take about a minute for that to happen. Is that essentially what happened?
Well, what happens is we have certain systems that we talk to each other on TeamSpeak, and one of those is that the FC field commander can talk to us directly to the Air Force, and he quite often, regularly, will update us on where we're most needed, so that once we get those vital 20 to 30 seconds of freedom, we'll start heading there. So we're getting constant updates on where their armor is and where their air is, and then we just take that out as we see fit.
And I noticed that you stopped a lot of pushes from Echo to Delta and Foxtrot to Delta. Were there any other areas that you were surprised it was a lot more battle than what you expected?
Well, like I said, because we're not really used to these maps, we're not used to the dropship yet, and the dropship does cause for some weird battles over back flags that you usually wouldn't be at. So it's interesting having to be aggressive with the chopper and trying to get the Foxtrot or Echo to defend it, because it's so far off your comfort zone, basically. And so those bases definitely are interesting.
Now, while you guys you guys held Delta a majority of the time, you didn't have to really worry about the enemy using dropship. Did you have any contingency plan to engage the enemy dropship if they were to take Delta?
Well, the enemy dropship would obviously be an issue. The drops out of it will be mainly cleaned up by our Air Force in that case.
So it would be, it's the onus would be on you then to do all the fighting.
Well, not entirely, but we're definitely a big part of back flag defense. Yeah, because attacking front flags for us is hard because we're overextended. We, as you see, we'll get shot down quite easily. But if we're over our back flag, we're fairly safe. So if there's just 1 or 2 squads there, we can quite easily just clean them up and have 1 or 2 guys come in and cap it for us.
I see. And how many? I mean, there's a lot of vehicles here. You got a Viper and a Little Bird at each base. You got the AA vehicle, and you each got a tank and an IFV on your U.S. base, and then plus each of their gimmies, which is Alpha and Golf, both get a tank as well.
Tank, yeah.
And then you have the dropship, which also gives you an extra tank.
Yeah, it's a fairly vehicle-heavy map, which means you won't see me and Loa fight infantry very often, which you might see on other maps such as Sharky and stuff like that, where we're mostly focused on killing infantry, and that does affect our loadout a little bit. Whereas Loa could be running infrared to see all those infantry in between the trees. We don't really need that to see tanks because they're pretty big, so we're just going to use zoom so we can long range those tanks down without having to worry about their defenses.
Yeah, and unlike other Conquest large maps, it seems that because of the sheer volume of dirt bikes and dropships and vehicles in general, the sort of lines of demarcation are not really set. I mean, it's very easy for anyone to make a coordinated push onto the enemy's first, second, or third points.
Yeah.
Although this is tempered, though, by the fact that Global Conflict has some interesting rule sets in terms of squad hopping and spot on squad leader only. In that, in Global Conflict, it's spot on squad leader only, which is sort of like hardcore, and you can't squad hop, which is sort of means that it's the honor system, and players who play in a squad stay in the same squad, and so it really is up to sort of pairs of squads to engage enemy points and take them out.
Yeah.
And likewise, if your squad leader goes down and you go down, you got to wait until the squad leader respawns somewhere else before you actually can respawn in. So it's much less forgiving in that respect. But it's nonetheless sort of makes it it sort of tempers the sort of movement flexibility that you see on this map.
Yeah, we definitely all our rule sets are centered about being GC is meant to be fun and not too competitive. It caters to every skill level, and we don't want to force competitiveness onto people by forcing them to squad hop and all that complicated stuff. We're just going to keep it simple and keep it fair, and that's definitely one of the ways we do it.
That makes sense. Now, on the strategy, I noticed that Legion of Doom basically held their 4 points. They pushed a squad or two into Echo and Foxtrot, but really just held their own. How many squads did you have defending each point? Did you have like 2 on Delta, maybe 1 on Bravo, 1 on Charlie, and 1 on Alpha, or
it was actually, I think most of our army was constantly on Delta. We had maybe 1 squad on Bravo, maybe 1 squad on Charlie. But as you said, because of the mobility that this map grants with the dirt bikes and everything, we're not too worried about our back flags blinking because we can just send a squad or 2 over there in reasonable time while we, in the chopper, of course, delay their capture.
That makes sense. Well, all that being said, are there any additional or final comments that you have, Danimal, about this round?
No, I think pretty much everything's been said.
Very cool. Well, remember, guys, if you're interested in playing Global Conflict, anyone can sign up. You can go to the links below. globalconflict.org. It's global-conflict.org. You can sign up, you can join up, and you'll either be assigned a Legion of Doom or a Kitten Adventure Rainbow Time, and you can play in this kind of event. It's a lot of fun, and I encourage anyone who's interested to sign up and join. Because they do these events weeklies on Saturdays, and they also have some practices and Black Ops days also during the week as well. And remember, this is PC only, but if you're as long as you have a PC, you can play. There are people that are from Europe, from North America, from South America. I've even seen a few folks from Asia Pacific as well. So it's really fun, and I hope you guys give it a try. It really is really cool to play in these sort of organized matches. So all that being said, I want to thank Danimal for casting with me on here in round 1. Round 2 will be up in the coming days, and so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.
Bye bye.